Measures of central tendency, mean, mode and median. So first of all, for this chapter, Statistics 2, you need to be able to construct bar charts, pie charts, histograms, stem and leaf plots, and find percentage error. So I've covered all of these topics in videos already in this playlist, so look back over them if you're unsure on how to work them. Okay, so first of all, average is the measure of center in a data set. So when we talk about the average of the data, we're talking about mean, mode and median. So let's start with the mean. The mean of a set of values is the sum, which means add, of all the values divided by the number or amount of values. So for example, if you want to get the mean of the set 2, 2, 3, 5, 9, 9, what we do is we add them all together. 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 9 plus 9. And then we divide by 6 because there are 6 values. So adding them all up we get 30, and 30 divided by 6 is 5. So the mean of this set of values is 5. So to get the mean, we add up all the values and divide by the amount or number of values. Next we have the mode. The mode of the set 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5 is 3, as 3 occurs more often than any other value. So we can see that 3 came up 4 times. The mode of a set of values is the value that occurs most often. So when you think of the word mode, it starts with M-O. So to get the mode, you get the one that comes up the most. So it's the most popular, or the one that comes up the most often. This can also be called the modal value. Sometimes in a set of data there is no mode. Sometimes there might be a few modes. If we have 2 modes, it's called bimodal. Next we have the median. When you think of the word median, you want to think of middle. So let's say we have a set of data 4, 7, 11, 9, 12, 10, 8, 11, 14, 2 and 6. What you want to do is rank them. That means put them into order. Now it doesn't really matter if you put them in order from smallest to largest or largest to smallest, because the middle number will still be the same. But usually we put them in order from smallest to largest. So doing that, we end up with 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 14. A very good idea when you're putting a set of numbers into order is that as you use them, you tick them off. So for example, I would have looked along this list and I would have seen that 2 was the lowest number. So I would have ticked off 2 and I would have wrote it down here and put a comma after it. Then I would have looked along my list again and I would have realized that 4 is the next smallest. I would have ticked that off, wrote it down here, put a comma. Then I would have looked along my list and seen that 6 was the next lowest, ticked that off, wrote it down here with a comma, and so on. The reason for doing this is you can't miss out a number and you can't repeat a number by accident, because that's very easy to do. So I'd always suggest tick off the numbers as you use them. So either way, we end up with this list of numbers, and we're interested in the middle number. So the number in the middle of the ranked set is called a median, which in this case is 9. So 9 ends up being the number in the middle. We check by having a look at the amount of numbers to the left of it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers to the left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers to the right. So 9 is definitely the middle number. Now when we have a small list like this, it's very easy just to pick out the middle number. But if we have a bigger list, and it's easy to make a mistake with finding the middle number, there are certain rules you have to follow. So what you want to do is count the number of digits that you have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 is an odd number. So whenever you have an odd number of values, what you're going to do is add on 1. And 11 plus 1 gives us 12. And then what we're going to do is divide this by 2. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the 6th digit, or the 6th value, is going to be our median. This does not mean that 6 is the median, it means the 6th value is the median. So let's go back to the start with 2. So that's the first value, second value, third value, fourth value, fifth value, sixth value. So 9 is indeed the 6th value, and 9 is the median. Now if we had an even set of numbers, let's say there had been 12 numbers to begin with, we would have straight away divided by 2. There's no need to add on 1 when you have an even amount of numbers. And whatever we would have gotten, for example, 12 divided by 2 would be 6. You would have to get the 6th and the 7th value and get the mean of those two numbers. So basically add them together and divide by 2. So we'll have a look at an example where that happens in a minute. So the median of a set of values is the middle value when the values are arranged in order. It's so important to put them into order first, or you won't be getting the median. Arranging the values of a set in order is known as ranking. So what we did was we ranked the data values. So what happens if the set contains an even number of values? For example, the set 1, 2, 3, 4. This contains an even number of values. There are 4 values. Notice that the set is already in order. We've already ranked it, so we don't need to rearrange anything. The median is going to be the mean of the middle two numbers. So the middle two numbers is clearly 2 and 3. In this case, we sum or add the middle two numbers, 2 and 3, and divide the result by 2. So the median will be 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 gives 5, and 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. And that makes sense because halfway between 2 and 3 is 2.5, so the median is 2.5. So in this example, we had 4 values. And it was very obvious just to look at the list and see which were the 2 middle values. But if we had a bigger list, let's say we had 20 values, what we would have to do is divide by 2, which would give us 10. And then we'd get the 10th and the 11th value. We'd add them together and divide by 2. And this would have given us the median. So when we have an even number of values and we want to find the median, we just straight away divide by 2. And whatever we get, for example, the 10th value, we get the next one as well, add them together, divide by 2, and that will give you the median. Now the range is not actually an average. The range is known as the spread of the data. But I'm just going to show a quick example of how we get the range of a set of data, but it is not an actual average. Okay, so let's say we have set A, and set A equals 2, 6, 9, 15, 8, 3, and 11. To get the range of this data, we take the largest value, which is known as the maximum value, and we subtract the smallest value from it, which is known as the minimum. So the largest value in our list is 15, and we're going to subtract the smallest value in our list, which is 2, and 15 take away 2 is 13. So the range of this set of data is 13, or another way to write it is by saying that 2 to 15 is the range. Our data ranges from 2 to 15. But remember, range is not an actual average, but it does come up a lot when we talk about mean, mode, and median. And this is a really good rhyme for helping you remember which is which. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one you see the most, and the range is the difference between. So hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one you see the most, and the range is the difference between. Good idea to learn this off by heart.